Hi everyone. Today I am going to talk with Uma K.S. So she has some wonderful experience to share with you all. First of all, she did her gate preparation after 11 years of passing out of B.Tech. That too with after five years of career gap. And secondly, she joined master's not in a IIT or top NITs and still uh, got into a very good career position. So welcome, Uma. So nice to talk to you. So
Thank you so much.
yeah, so uh, let's start with like mm, why you decided on Gate. I believe you were having a career break, and so why you decided to go for Gate?
Uh, yeah, I can share my experience. So I'm a 2005 graduate and I did B.Tech in information technology. So after that, I passed out and I got campus interview and I started working in 2005 itself. And while I was working, I was in a service company and I was doing the job. In 2009, I got married, and then 2011, I got a baby, and I decided to quit my job. And while quitting the job, my decision was to go for masters. And after that, I'll go for teaching in some engineering colleges so that I can manage my family. That was my initial thought. But when then 2014 I got my second baby. Then after 2 years, 2016, so 2005 I graduated, and 2016 I decided to go for masters. So my husband suggested me, you go with gate because gate can make your base very clean. And I started preparing at the age of 32. And so that time I had enough career gap, and I was not in a position to prepare for gate even. uh, but I thought anyway, if I'm going for a teaching in any engineering college, I have to make my base clean, because if I'm planning for teaching, I have to give the best to all the students. So I finally I decided for gate. And so my aim is to make the base very clean. So B.Tech IT, some many of the subject I have not seen in B.Tech computer science. Our curriculum was completely different. Like half of the subject were from electronics and half of the subject were from computer science. And that time I was the second batch of B.Tech in IT from Mahatma Gandhi University. It was in 2005, maybe that time Arjun sir were in some 11th or 12th, like that. So gate overflow, like a platform, nothing were there that time. And even after passing out also, I had the interest in doing masters and to go for higher studies. But that time I chose job and I started working. And then when I thought of gate, I checked people who have done gate and their experience. And I have gone through different blogs, and I happened to see Agash Kanash's blog. And I was so impressed by his consistency. And he started from, like, he got a very big rank in the initial stage, and after some time in fourth attempt somehow he has cleared with a two-digit rank. And inside that he has written, Arjun Suresh, he has helped me to prepare for gate. So that's how I came to know about your name and gate overflow. And I mailed you. I still remember I mailed you asking for guidance. And I'm a person like this because I was very studious from my childhood to till now, and I was always there in the top three. But I'm not very intellectually very strong person. Nothing like that. I'm a very average student, but I work very hard, and I can maintain the consistency too. From day one and day 30 of the month, I can maintain the same consistency. So that perseverance is my key strength. So I always believe, even gate also we want that. and I started preparing GATE. And when I looked at the syllabus, I still remember some of the subject that I have not seen, and whatever I have seen in my B.Tech also, I was unable to answer any questions from that because everything was completely new for me, because it's almost 11 years. And the career gap, I was completely away, only from technically I was away, otherwise I had a 24 by 7 job with my kids. And then I started preparing slowly, like a theory of computation and mathematics that was nowhere in my controls. Then I asked you, I still remember you suggested Kenneth Rosen for discrete mathematics. And then I took almost all the standard textbooks like linear algebra from Gilbert Strang, then Sheldon Rose I used for probability and statistics. And many of the good standard textbooks, even algorithms, I started with Coreman. And slowly I build up the basics. And April 24, I started, I still remember, 2016. And by November, I have covered almost all the, not everything, but still I managed to make the base clean in many of the subjects. And then I went for GATE, and I was very panicked in that exam. I still remember, even though I prepared well, but a GATE overflow whole book and all, I never covered. I never get a chance to do all the past year papers. I still remember when people are telling, like, I have completed 2 times, 3 times. I always believe that if at least if you can do one time the whole GATE overflow by your own, okay, you can definitely crack within 100 rank. And this doing all the solutions by your own, that will make a very big difference when you attempt the questions in GATE. And for me, at least, I prepared all the theory, but I didn't prepare, I didn't practice any text test series or any questions in past year papers also. I didn't practice much because I didn't have that much time, and I ended up with 42 marks. And so whenever everyone start their GATE journey, everyone's aim is to get into ISC. For me, no other premier institute, only ISC, or I have to go Amrita, because I was in Bangalore. I have my kids to manage, and I cannot think of any other institution, either ISC or I have to go the nearby college. And ISC, anyway, I never get ISC with that marks. And I had so much of difficulties in the family. Our father expired. Then I took in 2017, I didn't join, and 2018, with a heavy heart, I joined to Amrita. And but when I joined, I understood that there itself I can do well. We should not follow the crowd. I like, we can do well if you are not in a tier one institute also. That's how I entered into Amrita for masters, and this happened after my 30s. Like in 34, I joined to Amrita after the GATE. But that preparation for GATE, that molded me into a very different level, because I always believe, like, the preparation itself, that will make a remarkable change in the way you think and the way you solve problem, and now also the way you mold your career. That preparation itself was for me, it was a very good journey. I still believe GATE mold me what I'm today. Because of course masters also I did very well, but GATE improved my problem solving skills, and I prepared well from a standard textbook, and I prepared notes for each of the topics. And whatever I have prepared from standard textbook, I was able to answer all the questions in GATE. But whatever I have prepared through some other videos and all, I still remember I was struggling with many of the questions in GATE, because making the base clean, better to go with standard textbook. That I still believe. So in masters, I think I never go with much videos and all. I always go with all the standard textbook, and it was a very good experience for me. Masters, I did research publication. I did thesis well, everything. I could do it. Maybe that preparation has helped me a lot uh, to do all this, even in masters too.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
congratulations. Actually, you told a lot of things, so I don't need to ask many of my questions.
Okay.
Let me tell that Uma is currently working as senior big data engineer in IQVA R&D. So even though she could not join a like old IIT or NIT, currently she is like on par or even better than like IIT pass outs in terms of career position. Yeah. So yeah, let me ask some questions about gate preparation. So actually, like even though you told you had got around 3,000 rank, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, yeah,
Yes.
for a
Yes.
normal pass out student, that may not be a good rank, but
Yeah.
for someone with a large career gap, like I haven't seen many such people getting a better rank. So even 3,000 is a very good rank. So for that also, congratulations. Yeah, and secondly, like
Thank you so much. Yeah.
yeah, and after joining, in GATE, only those who get within 300 or 400 manage to get into old IITs. So
Yeah.
there are like thousands of people within, say, 3,000 rank doing M.Tech in not Tier 1 college, but mostly Tier 2 colleges. So from there, how to get a placement or like how to get a career positions on par with IIT pass outs. I think Uma is a very good example. So let me ask some questions about how masters was done. I believe you had a very fantastic advisor. So like,
Yes.
how did you make use of his experience, and what made you different from your batchmates during masters?
Yeah, that I had a very good experience with my thesis advisor. So first year masters, everything was core subjects, and first semester I think many of the things are repetition to me. Because I prepared very well for GATE, so mathematics and everything was in our control, algorithm, data structures, because I did M.Tech computer science, so it was very easy for me. And second semester I went for specialization. So I'm right now I'm completely into data science. Machine learning, max is necessary for all the things. Machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing. After this semester, first year, I had a problem statement with me, and I went and met one of the professor in Amrita, and he's Dr. Srinath Naidu, and he's also an IIT ISC graduate. And he working with him was a very different experience, because he taught me how to research, how to do proper literature survey, and when you're attempting a new problem, what are the things you need to check, try to find out every nook and corner of that problem. And he made me to think, and sometimes his expectation was too high, and I used to tell him, I'm a very hardworking person, that I can assure you, but still I'm not very intelligent or smart person, that every time I cannot give the answer immediately. So he used to say, I still remember, somehow that touched me, because he used to say, if you are a very intelligent person, maybe you will solve the problem in 2 days. And if you're a very hardworking person, you'll solve the problem in 2 weeks. But still, you have the ability to put those 2 weeks. And if you can practice well, you can again come down to 1 week. And again, if you practice, you can come down to 1 day. So that is that somehow that that stick into my brain. I always believe, yes, hard work can make a difference. I work so hard, nobody could imagine even, because I have two kids to manage, and this doing thesis was very difficult. But he taught me many things, to ask the questions, like if you have a problem, how, what, why, and all these things. When you take an algorithm, how to do it, why you chose this, and what taught you to take this algorithm and implement it, how can you improvise it, all these things. And I worked very hard, and he gave me a different perspective to do a problem, to solve a problem. Everything was different, and I had very good research publication. And he told me, like, believe in the quality of your work. Even if you don't publish many papers, that is fine. Just one paper is enough, but try to do in the best way that you can. And still, I get many of the professors from different university, and many of the product owners from different companies, that they want to know about my work. No, that I did all these things just because of Srinath sir. I had a problem statement, I worked hard, but he guided me into a different level. So I always believe, if you have a good advisor, not just in masters, if you in gate also, I had very good guidance. And even masters also, I had a very good guidance. And compared to my batchmates, I still believe I had a good publication, and I had a good exposure, and I did my project very well, much better than anyone. And that thesis experience, that um, that molded me into a different level. That is true. More than the job that I got, more than the money that I'm earning, but this experience has, that change, a remarkable change in the way I think and the way I solve problems, and that improved my self confidence too. And maybe now we are working in R&D. Whenever I get a problem, I know that it will get solved. If not in 2 days, it will get solved in 2 weeks. So I got that self confidence. I gained all this through my thesis experience and working with Srinath sir, and all these things. Maybe yeah, these are the key takeaways from all. That's what I believe. And
Okay,
I
thanks.
got, yeah, I got a good job, and I'm earning well. In between, I think I remember there are many rejections also happened, even in campus placement. I still remember, like, in one company, uh, I have cleared all the programming round, technical round, and finally, when they see my resume, when they saw my resume, they told, you have a huge career gap. Like that, I rejected. But it was just 6 lakh per annum job. I'm earning 5 times of that now. So if that rejections also happen, nothing matters. Someday, some company will be there to recognize you, your work, and yeah, that whatever the knowledge that you have acquired, that won't be in a waste. It will definitely change your life. That's what I still believe. If you are not in a tier one institute, also, you should not worry. If you didn't get in any fan company, also, at least you should not worry. But the work, you should, like, at least next day you want to go office. That kind of experience you should have after all this. That's what I believe, and I'm very happy and proud in my achievement too.
Okay, nice. So actually, Uma, your current job, was it a campus placement or off campus?
No, 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 through LinkedIn. It was off campus. I got one other job in campus also, but it was in some other domain. I was more interested into data science area. I was looking for that. This was off campus, but if you want to go through campus placement also, you will get it. Many companies used to come for internship. I didn't prefer internship because I was doing my project very sincerely. So internship along with this project and internship, I was unable to manage. So I didn't prefer internship. Otherwise, you can go into some company and they will like hire you after the internship, like that. But yeah, for me, this was off-campus placement.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to highlight that because, like, I see that most final year students, they all are like looking for internship. campus placements, but like if you
uh,
can do masters well, that is far more important than that, because if you do a good work,
yeah,
you can get a better company or like
yeah.
better job profile and better jobs. So
Yeah,
like
absolutely. That
even,
is true. If you are doing some good work, you will definitely get some good placement. Even not in campus, also, you will get it someday.
yeah, so the only those who are not having good opportunity at the institute, I think they should go for
Mm.
internship. That is why, like even in
Yeah.
IAC, most professors hardly encourages anyone to go for internship. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, so let me like currently, since you are in a research position, I just wanted to ask about what do you? I think you. Oh, like what is the difference in terms of work from a service company where I think you worked for more than 5 years, so I think you can
Yeah.
answer that very well.
Yes. Yeah. See, in when I was working in the service company, I still remember I used to write so much of code, but it's so that time my thought was completely, if you know coding, everything is fine. That was my initial thought. But when you come into an R&D, I came to know that coding is a least task. Problem solving is the first task. One day you'll get one problem and some technology we need to use, and you have to learn that technology and you need to implement that. And see, past 1 year, I worked in Python, PySpark, Snowflake, Apache Atlas. Many things I have worked in past 1 year. I'm not expert in all this, but to solve that problem, I have to learn something new and try to implement it. So adaptable with the technology is very important. And in product companies, what I understood is like if you know PySpark and Python, you never win. But if you know the underlying concept, like instead of learning PySpark, if you know parallel and distributed computing properly, you can easily adapt with the technologies. And so that's what I feel. Learning the base is very important. I mean, learning masters is very important than doing simply a programming course and trying to get in the industry. That is this is what I understood. And every time you should be able to solve a new problem, you should be adaptable to new technologies. And if you are a Java programmer or Python programmer, you cannot stick like that. Every day something new will come, you should be able to adapt with that. So that is, and in R&D, it is now not everything is defined. Like someday, some problem will come, you have to solve that. Uh, so yeah, that is the difference that I understood. Even in service company, maybe I'll get all the requirements properly. I'll get this is the I mean, I was working more on a Java programmer. I was working in a development, web development, like that. So they'll give all the screens. This is what I want, and I need to code it. I need to submit it. But that is not the way we work in R&D. That is different. Something, you have to work hard. You have to work even, maybe we write the number of lines of code that we write is very less, but the amount of work that you do to reach that 20 lines of code is a very difficult path. And that's what I understood in R&D. That is the difference. So if your base is
So
clean, you
basically,
can do very well. Yeah.
yeah, so basically, even if you are writing 20 lines of code, it is your own code.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
So actually, yeah. So I think there is very little difference between a product company and a research company, right? So
Mm,
I remember like many Google employees used to tell that every position in Google is actually a research position, because you are not doing
mm,
repetitive tasks. So,
yeah,
but some people think that research means not writing code and simply publishing some papers.
um,
So that is not actually
uh,
research. So research is all
yeah,
about doing like solving problems, right? So again, like
yes,
writing code, writing in paper is also secondary part there.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So, what other thing is like, in terms of enjoyment, how do you compare service job with a now a product job, or product company job?
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. That time when I was working in the service industry, I want to, no, somehow I want to reach Friday. And I want to get that weekend. Now I want to, no, like I always wait for Mondays. So that is the big difference because I really
I
enjoy
hope
my
your
job
manager
and
is
I want and I got a very good manager too. And he pulled the best out of me. That is one because he guided me. He knows that I came after a long career gap, but somehow he believes in me and he guided me into a different level. And uh, he has given very good advices to me throughout my journey, even past 1.5 years. If I don't have much work also, he'll give some use cases to work on or some trainings to conduct on something. So I always improve myself in each of the, even if I conduct the interview also, I try to learn something new before that day. And otherwise I will solve some problems and I'll ask the candidate what is your thought on that. Like that, even I improved a lot. Even after taking an interview also, I improved a lot. So getting a good manager is that is also very difficult, but somehow I got the best one. And even I tell you, the difference is in service company we were like we work so hard, but I don't know, I never get that satisfaction. Now when I solve a problem, I feel some kind of satisfaction in me, even though it is small. Like that, we have to do ourselves, right? We have to research it, we have to find it out, and how it is working. Right now we are completely into big data analytics. So and some new problem comes in clinical trial, everything we need to find it out. It is not a repetitive task, something new every day, something new. Sometimes we don't have much work also, so I used to read many research papers on clinical trial. I find some use cases, I try to implement on that, or I try to conduct some sessions in outside university also. I mean, outside organizations, some universities I used to conduct. And so these all things every day something new, and we are not getting bored with the work. And I really enjoy, even it's a part of our life, which is I can manage with my family. I can no restriction, no time restriction, no 9 hour logging, nothing like that. Everything they want to get the work done, that's it.
Yeah, so I think more or less the work experience will be similar for most people working in most product companies. I believe like there might be some exceptions, but
Mm,
majority I think
mm,
the I mean I also worked in Bangalore in
yeah,
AMD India, and I have seen that
yeah,
the work-life balance was good.
yeah,
But unfortunately, in India, there is a belief that if you are in computer science job, you work like 24/7. You work on weekends.
yeah.
You don't have time for family. But I'm sure, like maybe a few positions, this is not true for most of the product companies. So I
Yes.
have seen like very talented B.Tech pass outs preferring like a PSU job, saying that if you go
Mm.
into multinational companies, your life is ruined and you don't have job security. So let me ask you, like, do you worry about job security?
Yeah, why do we worry about job security if we have the confidence in ourselves? I don't think we should not worry about the job security. See, right now, even if I don't have this job, I have the confidence in me to get another job. So if we have that, we should not worry about the security of the job or anything. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
that
I
is true.
believe.
Yeah, if you are in a
And
product company or like if you are in any job doing interesting work,
Mm.
there are always many companies looking to take you. So
Yeah,
actually,
that's true.
yeah, I believe a good computer science job is more secure than PSU jobs, because now you don't know what will happen to PSUs. Uh, I
And
have seen
no,
some
the
videos.
kind of work, yeah, kind of work we do is very important, right? Because I have seen some of my husband friends, they were working in some other company, and when they got bored with that work, they wrote gate and they went for PSU, and after that they get bored with that work, they automized in after some few months, and finally they rejected and they resigned the job and went for masters, and then they're doing well in abroad. So these kind of things also we can see. So those who enjoy that job, then it's fine. If it is in PLC also, if some repetitive kind of work, if you're very talented and if you're good at research, I don't think people will stick on to that same job. Like if a clerical job you're doing, next day also you're doing the same job, right? So nobody will get that interest. So something new they want to try. Most of them, they, if they are working in R&D every day, they want to do something new, so they'll get easily bored. So it depends on the work that you do. That I always believe that whatever makes you happy, you should follow that. What work, even if you are working for 12 hours or 14 hours, but if that makes you happy, it's well and good. Even sometimes I work for long hours, but uh, I enjoy that. I enjoy the every bit of that. So it is fine. Someday I can sit idle at home. I don't need to work at all. So these all things, it's all your mindset and how much you like the job. That's it. Even
Yeah,
my
so
thought was to go for teaching, right, that time. But after going teaching assistants with some of the teachers, I understood that what kind of teaching it is happening. I have seen many good researchers or many good teachers also in the institution, but some kind of teaching, even I too really hate that. So so that time I decided I will go back to some product company. Anyway, I don't want to go into a service industry. I will go back to some product job, I mean product industry. And I've seen my husband is working in very good product companies and he was doing very good. So I feel someday I will go back. I will also make my base very clean. I will go back and I'll work, and now I'm doing that and I'm enjoying that.
nice. So I
Yeah.
that make me remember one lie which my mother used to tell me when I was in school.
Yeah.
She used to tell that if you work hard, or like if you study hard now, after
Mm.
after school, you can relax in the job. I so do you
Absolutely
tell
true.
similar things to your kids?
Yeah. That is true. I worked hard for 4 years. Now I am relaxing. And I enjoy, even the work is there. I enjoy all that. I can easily do that. That's it. I don't have much dependency. I can easily do with minimal guidance. I can work on. So these things we will gain after all practice. And I still remember your words that I tell every time. If you are in an IIT or ISC, they will make you work hard. And if you are not in a Tier 1 institute, you have to work hard. So no, I followed that second line, and I worked so hard in my M.Tech, and yeah, and that. Uh, no, the growth that I have now is just because of the hard work that I put in those years.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
nice to hear. So yeah, actually that
yeah,
is a good advice for everyone joining like a not a IIT institute. So the main
mm,
thing which you get from IIT is that all the courses, everything will be up to IIT level. So you are forced to
mm,
follow that standard. But in
mm,
other institutes also, you can match that standard if you put your own effort. But
correct.
institution wise, they
Yeah,
won't demand that. So but if you
yeah,
want, you can succeed. Uma is a
yeah.
best example for that. Yeah, so I think it we can stop now. So it was very nice
Yeah.
sharing your experience. So, uh,
Yeah.
thank you. Uma.
Yeah, and my no wishes to all the aspirants who are trying to were going for GATE, and my suggestions to the moms, they are sitting idle at home after a career gap. Also, you can come back with GATE or masters, and you can reach that can erase your career gap. Even I'm earning much better than my 15-year experienced guys in the service industry. And so that can erase your career gap too, and you can do well. And even those who are studying their B.Tech fourth year also, you can easily secure the rank if you're putting some effort. And wish you all the good luck, and the best wishes to all the candidates, those who are trying for GATE and going for masters. You can be a better engineer after the masters. I guarantee that. If you work hard and if you put your effort, yeah,
Yeah,
and if you're doing well,
that is true.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
thanks, Uma. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you. Yeah, you can stop recording.